Hello and welcome back to the Full Thrive YouTube channel. I'm Lisa. I'm a copywriter who also coaches other copywriters. Today we were talking about wireframes. Hey, everybody needs to know about wireframes if you're a copywriter. And in this session, I taught the copywriters all about what are the 8 elements that you include in a wireframe, what are the 8 elements you don't include in a wireframe, and what are some of the tools that you can use to get started. If you're curious and want to know, get ready, it's coming up. So let's talk about the 8 elements that wireframes include. There's at least 8, there's probably more, but I want to hit the highlights. My wireframes always include the menu bar. The menu bar is one of the most difficult, can be complicated, challenging conversation to have with your clients. I won't go into the detail of that in the workshop. I'm going to talk to you about who decides the menu bar, and don't let it be your client. And what goes into the decision-making of a menu bar. You know what? I don't talk about menu bars enough. Okay, real quick. They're so underrated. You're like, oh yeah, you need a menu bar. No. Next time you see a website load, you're going to see, and I talk about how people view websites and they do it in a Z format. They start with the logo and then they read across the top. In less than 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, the information in the menu bar, you're either gonna capture them or you're gonna lose them. It is the first indication of, am I in the right place? Am I wasting my time? Will this company, corporation, person actually be able to help me? Can they help me? And the menu bar is the strategic place where that happens. And so understanding not just how to design a web menu bar, but how to navigate with your client what should be up there. And I will tell you, they always want more than needs to be up there. Okay? You want to keep your menu bars very minimalistic. Wireframes include call to action buttons, and the words on the call to action buttons are incredibly important. Where they are, what they look like, and what words you put on them. Images, the big images at the top of the website, I try to include those. I don't include every single image, but I do try to help source what is that big, headline image going to be. What is the brand message? Now, when you come from think like a copywriter, you're going to have your brand message ready to go. And the brand message should be in the wireframe. And then, what you really want to be thinking about is it centered? Is it on the left? Is it over a picture? Where is it at? So it's not only just, writing the message, it's how do you present it? Wireframes inform the flow of information. This one, I find a lot of newbie copywriters that are trying to use wireframes do not really understand or value white space. And so they try to cram everything just kind of on top of each other. And I've seen website designers literally recreate a wireframe with next to 0 white space. So if you're already a wireframer, if you're already joined the club and you're doing this, I want you guys to understand that because most of us don't deliver the final product, right? Usually a graphic designer, a social media person, or email marketer will launch the thing. If you want to charge a good amount of money, your final deliverable needs to feel like it's worth a lot of money. My wireframes should make somebody feel like they won the lottery, like, whoa, this just is awesome. And so in the beginning I did, but then I learned, don't half-ass your wireframes. I'm like, well, they're only looking at the words and the order. I'm like, no. Without overcomplicating it, make it look beautiful. Make it look professional. You don't have to be a designer, but white space and sections is just a very small way to add a good experience to your wireframes. I do include basic graphics for mine, icons. You're going to see how I add those. And then basically a wireframe is not a technical sitemap, but an overall sitemap. So what pages, where do they link to? What happens when they click here? Where are they going to go? A good wireframe tool will help really map the steps people take as they move through the wireframe, through the website. What they don't include, and this is where you're going to save time and manage expectations well with the client, is you don't design. I always say, I don't design. I'm not going to spend a ton of time, making sure this looks like a website. I personally am not responsible for sourcing final images. You could choose to do that if that's something you agree with your client. I like to give them images that are a representation. This is my suggestion. Something like this. So I don't include final images. That would mean having an Adobe account or a Shutterstock, or I don't know, whatever they are, stock photo, and paying for it and including it in your feed. Oh, I did it a few times and it was the death of me. So I just screen grab a lot of images or download some free ones to give them an idea. Oftentimes I will give them placeholder testimonials, but not final testimonials. That is their job to include those. My wireframes are generally 4 to 5 pages. If they have a 12-page website, I am not writing copy or wireframes for every single website page. This will be a good chance for you as you are navigating this. And somebody that you want to work with, they want to work with you. They're like, well, my website currently has 12 pages. I want to highly encourage you not to do copywriting for 12 pages. And you might think, oh, it's more money. I'm just going to tell you, it's more hassle. It's kind of a nightmare. You really only, and you want to educate your client on this, and you want to say, you really only need copywriting on a few key pages. Once somebody gets to the home page, clicks to your about page, and then clicks anywhere else, the anywhere else does not need a whole lot of copywriting. Okay, so you don't want to have to promise, oh yeah, I'm going to do the copywriting for your website, and then have to do every single page. That would be my recommendation to you. It turns into being an editor, maybe even like content writing. It is not, and it just extends the project. It ultimately would be too expensive to have a top copywriter be working on every page. That's my opinion. My wireframes don't include the official brand font, whatever their font is, or the final graphics. I do add graphics to mine. Oftentimes clients love them and request them, but I tell them that their website designer should be the one to make it on brand. My wireframes are not the only source of copy. So I'll teach you guys this in the workshop about how to use a Google Doc to capture all of the actual words so that you have 2 sources of copy. And then another thing is the final footer. I give a great representation of what a footer should look like, what could look like, what should be included in it. But ultimately the website designer developer is in charge of the final footer, what logos, icons, links, social media, whatever goes in the final footer. Hey, I hope you found that helpful. Look, if you want to get more into copywriting, then I recommend 2 next steps for you. The first one is to get my book, Think Like a Copywriter. It's a digital download. It's $15. I'm telling you, it's going to give you everything you need for that strategic thinking that allows you to create messaging that actually converts, messaging that's backed by strategy. copywriting that is easy when it comes to wireframing and writing. Wow your client with the questions you ask and how you organize your thoughts before you start copywriting. So that is think like a copywriter. The second thing is to jump on the wait list for the program Core. Core is a series of 4 workshops that cover the stages of copywriting: how to think like a copywriter, wireframe like a copywriter, write like a copywriter, and sell yourself as a copywriter. It's a complete system for copywriters that are even from early stages of getting started to those of you that have dabbled with copywriting but know you want to go all in. So that is called Core. It doesn't launch until early January 24. So you need to hop on the waiting list. It's going to be a small group. So once you get your name on the waiting list, I'll send you more details as that launches. So 2 things: grab the book, Think Like a Copywriter, and then get on the wait list for Core. All right, if you have any questions, I'll see you in the Facebook group. It's a free group, the Full Thrive Copywriters. I'd love to see you in there. You can ask any questions and get more free resources.